Hey guys, what's up? Today's episode pro play analysis, I'm going to be talking about Nairo. Nairo is a pro player everyone should know of, and a little bit of background about Nairo is he is younger brother of Sizzle, a very dominant Brawl meta. In the early days, he himself was a dominant Brawl meta in the later days of Brawl. And in Smash 4, of course, probably the second best player in the world, and by far the best Zero Suit in the world. And so let's get into what makes Nairo such a good player. And I'd say what really makes his style work so well is his spacing is obscene. Like, he's a player that he constantly keeps out with back airs, neutral airs, and he knows how to avoid your attacks and be out of the range of your attacks while still being able to press you with his attacks. And this is just because he knows where the distance of his moves goes and where the distance of your moves goes. And he's also good with his movement, which plays into this as well, because he knows how far you can move to hit him and where he has to move to avoid this stuff. And so, as a result, he's very good, not only with just hitting you with attacks because you can't really deal with the pressure, making you feel like if you throw out attacks or you move, you're going to be hit because it's hard to get around him. He's so good at baiting you and punishing you. Like, he'll wait for your movement option, your roll, or your back or whatever, and just ready to go smack, back air, or whatever the sound a grab makes. And it's horrifying to fight. And then he tends also to actually, when he doesn't attack first, which is quite often, of course, he tends to commit super hard to the attacks he does first, knowing that when he throws an attack out, his follow-ups are so good, and Zero says any character uses has good damage output, good combos, and he knows that even if he guesses wrong, that it's not that bad because he might take 20% or 30% for guessing wrong. But he as a player is so good at landing 50% or 60% or even killing off those correct guesses, or for essentially mix-ups. And that's why it's so ridiculous to fight him, because you can go even with him in terms of trading hits, but unless you're either consistently beating him in neutral or somehow out-damaging him when you have the advantage, you're just not going to beat him. And he's also patient. He's not going to make stupid mistakes. He's not going to be hasty running at you, so it's hard to really get those openings and just beat him in neutral in the first place, and especially beat him in at juggling. And he's also really good at reading movement. Like I said, his movement himself is great. He's also great not only reading movement on the ground, but in the air, he's super amazing and knowing, okay, you can land here, your airspeed is here, so if I air dodge, you air dodge, you'll be here, I'll be here, you can up B and recover this way, that way. And he basically just locks down opponents and spaces in ways where if he misses an attack, because he knows where he can be, he knows where he can be while missing attacks and still being in an advantageous position. You'll see a lot with juggling, he'll up air, fall, and then by the time you air dodge out of the first up air, you still have to take another 50-50. And if you guess wrong, you're probably dead. If you guess right, okay, you reset to neutral. And then Nairo's actual combos are insane. And they're the same player, so optimal at comboing you, at edge guarding, at stringing, at juggling. And this is really where he shines, and what makes his style better than other people who have similar styles is that you can't get hit by him. You get hit by him, that could be your stock, that could be the game. And this is just done through a lot of good frame traps, a lot of speed, a lot of reaction time, and a lot of understanding what your options are. And his punish is also insane. He recognizes things that most people would not recognize. You see at the end of this game, he recognizes a ridiculous situation to close the game out that I don't think anyone else would realize. And it's just a lot of knowledge in the game and a lot of fast thinking, and that's something that I think as a whole a lot of even the best players can work on, is working on not only the optimization of their punishes, but the optimization of just everything in that regard. And as I said, he does have weaknesses, and they're more playstyle weaknesses, but he does struggle against people with a low commitment style. So Zero is the best example of a player who goes super safe, super low reward, but it works because Nairo can't really get hits on players that play that ultra safe style consistently, and even then he does bring Zero close. So there's that, of course, and good Diddy Kongs in general tend to give him trouble because Diddy Kong is a character that with Banana pretty much is based around committing super little to his options and having decent reward. And if you can't get a hit on a person, you can't get your massive damage output and you're just gonna lose. And I think that's one of Nairo's issues. I think another issue is that he's a bit linear. You know he's gonna go for a lot of times. You know he's going for a grab or an up air, string, or neutral air. You just kind of get a feeling of he's gonna jump around and do his thing. But because his spacing is so good, it doesn't really matter. You can know he's going for these things, but good luck punishing him for these things. and that's really what separates him from a lot of people. And finally, I guess the last thing about Nairo that's really special is that, like, mentality-wise, he doesn't, like, falter. Like, he's a clutch player. He just always looks for these things to, like, let him win games, and he also saves reads, if this makes sense. Like, he'll know you have a habit, and he will save the punish for the habit until it's optimal. Like, he won't deal 30% to you for a habit if he knows he can wait and later on take your stock for the same exact habit. And it's terrifying. It's terrifying to know that even if you're not being punished for something, you can be punished at any time for that thing as you're about to say. And so with that, that is pretty much what makes Nairo one of the best players in the world. If you guys like this video, give me suggestions for more players in the future. I'm gonna make this a weekly thing. And with that said, I do stream a lot, so check my stream out every now and then. I do analytical things like this a lot of time. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next video.